Welcome to Orly's Beyond the Horizons, a journey of discovery for living better, here on CRN Digital Talk Radio. Now here's Orly.
Well, hello, my dear Earthlings. You know the drill at the Galactic Cruiser Beyond the Horizons. Fasten your seatbelts, take a drink, and get ready to have some fun, okay? A day late, but with all my soul and all my heart, I wish to wish America a belated 250th birthday. May our freedom ring for many years more. I started announcing on social media the return of the show, and I was like really glad to see that people still remember me. And I got some real, the typical thumbs up, that type of stuff. And then here comes an email from Les from Virginia. And he says, "Hey, I'm glad you're back on radio. Do you smoke pot?" Oh, man, Les, come on. I'm not going to tell you. All you want to know is where my stash is, man, and I'm not going to share anything with you. I don't share. But no, dude, I do not. I don't need to have any of that. I have never done it, never will. I don't criticize people that smoke pot. I really don't. But for me, the smell of the stuff really, really, really bugs me. But, as a former smoker, even the smell of regular tobacco just kind of like, I wrinkle my nose at it. But, hey, no, I do not. I get high on life, man, and that's it. Being here on radio with you guys is something that I really look forward to. And being here with Sydney. Hi, Sydney.
Hey, how's it going?
Do you smoke pot? No, I'm only kidding. I'm just trying to drown up the conversation for Les because he's very interested in that type of stuff. You know what? I find it that the more I live, the more I find out that you need to keep an open mind about everything. You cannot be critical anymore. I mean, nothing should surprise anybody. Everything is out there in the open today. From social media to the news to everything, I think that we should be human beings first and everything else second, and that's it, So anyway, there you are. I hope that I answer all my questions to Les, and we can move on. Sydney, how was your week?
It was good. No complaints from me.
No?
No complaints. It was relaxing.
Well, you look like a very chill person, and, I don't know that there's anything in the world that actually bugs you, so.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I try to be as relaxed as possible.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, life is short, really. I mean, it's an old cliche, but life is short.
No, I agree. I agree with you.
Yeah.
The old cliches are cliches for a reason.
Yeah. Nothing like an old saying, to date you. Yeah, what can I say? Anyway, are we ready to take a little bit of a break?
Yes, we are. We are headed into our break.
All right. Take it away, Sydney. welcome back. I hope everything is going so good for you. Anyway, this segment I'm going to talk a little bit about wellness, okay? I'm not a doctor. I'm not a medical professional of any kind or anything else. But you know what? I think I'm a big believer that in order to feel better, you need to know yourself better. And I think that one of the things that happens is that nobody is immune to having bad things happen. I mean, I'm a diabetic. I had to have angioplasty at one point many years ago, and that's a little, in case you don't know, is a little stent that they put in arteries to open them up because I had a blockage there that was kind of bad. It made me really feel bad. Anyway, and then, I mean, not too long ago, I mean, I had a massive accident that put me in a hospital for months and months and months. And the prognosis was really, really bad. I mean, I had so many broken bones and internal organs that were damaged. And, I mean, it's no fun walking around with a rib right through one of your lungs. I mean, seriously, no, I don't recommend that at all. But anyway, what happened is that I was given a really bad situation to deal with, which was like, you're going to recover somewhat, but you're going to be in a wheelchair the rest of your life and whatnot. And you know what? Those are really downer news. I mean, how would you feel if you were told that you were, Sydney, if you were going to
No, I know exactly what you're saying, but luckily I haven't had any major like health issues, but yeah, it's definitely a downer.
Oh, yeah, no. You know what? I mean, like for me, I was at Holy Cross, really, I mean, very great doctors and the whole thing. But you know what? I mean, they just come over really bone dry and they tell you blah, blah, blah. And then they leave.
Yeah.
And you're there all crunched up in this stupid bed going like, oh, that's it, man. I'm done. And you know what? I started thinking that, you know, you kind of need to regroup a little bit, you know. For me, the news really created stress and loss of hope and all that type of stuff, you know. And the way I saw it was, that, you know, this is going to be the mental superhighway to the early grave type of thing, you know. And I just did not like that. I did not like that idea of, because life is too pretty. I mean, there's just way too many things to see, you know. And now, for many of you who had listened to me, I've been told this before, well, you know, you're not a medical professional. I'm not claiming to be. What I'm claiming is the fact that we should always try to find out if there are more opportunities to get better, to feel better, to make headway instead of just turning into a prune somewhere in a couch, okay? That is my thing. My belief is that you're here for a purpose, and for that in mind, you need to turn yourself into a stubborn zit and ask questions. And that I did that. If you go to a doctor, Cindy, and they say, well, you got this and that, the other, whatever, and you just go, oh, give me a pill? Or do you kind of think about
like more holistic kind of natural ways?
Natural ways,
Yeah.
or actually more positive ways, you know? I mean,
I try to think of everything. Yeah, if I could avoid medication, like I want to do that.
yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, people complain a lot because they go like, Jesus, man, I just took my 18 pills every day and I don't feel that much better.
Yeah, I'm not a fan, especially when it gets up to something like that. Yeah, I don't want to be having that many.
You know, one
pills.
of the things that I actually have been looking at is the fact that, okay, you take, for sugar, they give you metformin or something else, whatever. But then you look at the side effects. Even when they advertise it, they tell you, on the downside, you can actually get liver pain, you can get blah, blah, blah. And the list of negative sides is actually better than the cure. Sometimes you go like, I'd rather risk not having this thing, you know. But the fact is that, you know, all these pills do help and they do something for you, but you need to be aware of what you're putting inside your body. That is my main thing, is that you need to be aware all the time that there are better options. And try to find them. You mentioned holistic medicine. Are you something that you always think about? Instead of taking a medicine, what about if I do some heavy breathing or
Yeah, I definitely want to find those alternative methods first before like just getting on medication. Because like you said, like I don't want to be putting something in my body that is going to cause side effects or something like that.
When you're young,
Ish.
you can just about
Young-ish.
take anything. Okay.
I'm not that young, but yes. I
When
get
you
it.
get to a certain age, and they tell you, well, you need to take an aspirin every day.
right,
go
right,
like,
no,
"Oh, okay."
that's
And it's a baby aspirin, okay? It's a baby aspirin. But you know what? That baby aspirin actually has a lot of acid that upsets your stomach. So then all of a sudden you start getting little regurgitations of acid and whatnot.
like acid reflux, all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
And then you wonder what happened. I mean, I've been taking my pills. I've been taking my aspirin. Well, the aspirin is actually what causes a lot of that. So what is an alternative to that? That's what I'm always looking for is what is an alternative to something that actually is creating side effects. Instead of curing something, it's creating side effects. So I actually need to concern myself with helping the issue without the side effects. And you know what? There's actually vegetables. There's fruit out there. I've been doing a lot of research. All of a sudden, like I'm a chemist in that regard. And now, what I'm sharing is not something that I'm saying is universal law or anything like that. What I'm sharing is what works for me, okay? And in hopes of sharing that, what I would like is for people to think about it and try to find out something that is bugging them to find out an alternative. That's it. Okay, I'm not prescribing anything. I'm not saying you need to eat nothing but yogurt or whatever. What I'm saying is that there are alternatives out there. And on the next segment, I want to share a couple of things that I've done to help myself, and in hopes that none of the stuff that I'm going to be talking about is harmful, and maybe it'll work for you. So we can actually talk about that, and I hope it works. What else? What do you do do you do exercise?
Yeah, I try to work out at least 3 times a week.
Do you?
I've fallen off like here and there, but I really try to be consistent.
Are
with
you
that.
a gym person or a jogger?
Not so much jogging anymore, more walking and like lifting. Yeah.
Oh,
but
really?
No, yeah, but running, nah, not so much.
Oh, well, okay.
Back in the day, yes, but not so much anymore.
That is one thing that I've always been very weak at, is running.
Yeah, I'm not anymore. Not anymore.
I mean, I had a devil of a time when I was in basic training because I could not make the qualifying mile.
Oh wow, okay.
And I needed help with that. I'm like, my God,
Yeah, running
But I made
it's
it.
intense, yeah.
But I made it.
It's something
yeah.
you got to work at, but
Yeah.
you can get there.
All right. Why don't we take a little bit of a break? When we come back, I'll share a little bit of holistic stuff. All right, we are back again, and we left it at the fact that I'm going to share a little bit of. We're going to continue from the last segment. So now we're going to talk about something that I've been doing now for a while, and it's not news. Okay, I mean, nothing that I speak of is my invention. Okay, I did not invent anything at all. No. I talk a lot about travel. But I didn't invent destinations; they're all been there. I mean, all I do is have been trying to make things better for people who want to enjoy what I talk about. That's it. Okay, so I've been juicing, and juicing has been around for like a long, long time. I remember when I first bought a juicing machine. It was like a gigantic contraption that made a lot of noise and made a lot of messes and everything else. And now it's just a blender. You use a blender, you know. One of the things that I've been actually looking at is when my doctor tells me that I have a little bit of a dirty kidney issue, right away I start looking to see what I can do to help clean that mess up, you know, because I don't want any more pills. I really don't. So what I've been doing is I'm finding out about cleansing the organs. As I mentioned before, I had a big accident, and one of the things that happened was that it destroyed my spleen, and I had to have it reconstructed. Instead of removed, they had to reconstruct it. And it works just fine, but it needs a little bit of help sometimes, you know. So what I've been doing is then I find out when they tell me I'm having acid reflux, what can I do? When I have, like in this case, kidney issues, not that they're not working, they're working fine, but they're what they call, there's a protein that is filtering through it, you know. I mean, after all, they're not brand new. They're been used for a long, long time. So anyway, what I've been doing is instead I found out that a good way to cleanse them is pineapple chunks, apple, carrots, the juice of a lemon, water, you know, level of water depending on how much you are going to drink, which is usually like 1 glass. In my case, I have to make it for me and the rest of my family because they all like the juicing that I do. So anyway, I said what I mean. Oh, the juice, lemon juice, olive oil, and honey, and you throw that into a blender, and it comes out, boom, really nice, thick, something to drink, very pleasant tasting, and I love it because you know what? I don't have, when your kidneys are hurt, they give you back pain. Have you ever had those? Like, well, you're too young for that, you know. But trust me, they're coming. So you know what? You need to help them out. So now I don't have any of those pains or anything like that, okay? The other thing is that because I take a certain amount of medicines, some of them are needed, some of them, they just create more headaches than anything else. For me, is acid reflux. So I've been finding out that I can help along my gut by having papaya chunks, even with the skin and the little black little seeds, just blend them all because all that is really good stuff. Cucumbers, carrots again, and the same rest, the water to taste, the olive oil, honey, and lemon juice, okay? So, I mean, those are little things here that can actually help. And for me, I have stopped using anti-acid medicines or help with that regard. I do this like every other day. Juicing is every other day. And you know what? I feel great with it and have fun making it. And every day I discover something that I can add, like a little berries here and there, you know. But that's what I'm talking about, is trying to use your ability to think and open up, experiment. None of this stuff is going to hurt you. So, you know, take that into consideration. I think we need to take a little bit of a rest here. why don't we take a break? All right, welcome back, and we left it at. I actually I gave you a couple examples of the juicing that I do, and Sydney here was begging me for another one because she's talking about the fact about energy, and just for you, Sydney.
Oh yeah.
When I feel a little bit low of energy, what I do is watermelons, and including the rind. I don't take the rind off. I mess the whole rind everything. Again, papaya chunks, apples, cucumbers, carrots, and the rest of the stuff, the water, the lemon juice, and the olive oil. Olive oil is actually a very key ingredient. It doesn't alter the taste that much, a little bit, but not that much. But it's actually what binds everything together, so it'll kind of work its way through all your system in a very nice, flowy way. And so far, actually has worked. So I do that, and a couple of times a week, and that's it. So easy preparation. I just throw everything on a big old blender, hit the switch, and there goes the goodness. It is habit forming. After a while, it's like you start missing them. I also add a little bit of a little help. There's always something else. So I've been eating a lot of berries and not in large amounts. I found out that if I buy an entire tray of blueberries, I cannot eat them all because they'd overwhelm the system. So, a little handful here and there, here and there, here and there. And raspberries is the thing. So, it's just something to help the system. So there you go, from Dr. O to you, Sydney.
I appreciate it. I gotta try these out.
What can I say? I'm just a giver. Well, the thing is, though, so far, the result has been that feeling better. I keep all my levels are like right on. My sugar level is like better than when I was a young guy. Everything. My eyes are good. Where normally when you're diabetic, your eyes suffer a lot. I don't use glasses. My eyesight is fine. And even at my age, I still have my pilot's license. So, something is working.
It's working.
And what can I say? Just the main thing that I always stress is try to minimize the use of pills, stuff like that. So anyway, that is it for the medical part. Now, the reason why I hit wellness all the time in all my topics, I stress them, is because feeling good is actually the driver for you to get active and start doing things. When you're feeling low, there is no way in heck that you're going to be motivated to do anything useful. So what is the alternative? People just sit there somewhere watching TV all day long. And what happens? Your brain starts to atrophy a little bit. You no longer do very much thinking. Everything is being thought out for you because You're just a viewer. You're just a passenger in life instead of being an active rider, a driver. So, that's it. What is your main idea for a longer life?
Just maintaining that overall health and wellness. So trying to exercise and eat best as you can. Everything in moderation is kind of my idea when it comes to diet.
What is your favorite food?
Favorite foods, probably like Italian, Mexican food, stuff like that, which can be harmful a little bit. But like I said, everything in moderation. So I try not to overdo it too much when it comes to like eating and dieting and stuff like that.
Well, I'm from a Latino background, so
Right.
we're very much into almost the same thing as what you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens? One of the things that I remember from being back home in Costa Rica, okay, as a young guy, was that everybody was always very fit.
Yeah.
And the food in Costa Rica at the time, the tamales, the fried pork, everything was fried. Everything was fried, But people did not have as many illnesses as they were before. But you know what the common factor was? Cars were not also that much available either.
Yeah.
So people, whenever they needed to do something, they had bicycles.
Mm-hmm.
They walk. My dad was one that he would say, "Oh, I need to go buy bread," and he would be gone for a while. I'd come back. Then I found out that the bakery that he liked was like 4 miles away, and he walked over there and walked back. So I mean, for him it was just a little jaunt. For me, it was like, oh my God, it's an all-day trek,
Yeah.
But no, sorry about that. The fact is that customarily in many countries, people eat heavy foods. Italy is one that, it's all pastas and stuff like that. But people walk a lot. There's an activity level that is much higher than what we are getting used to.
We're super car dominant and public transportation, all that kind of stuff here. So
Well, think about it. Think about this. When I was growing up here, basketball courts were everywhere, and people would play basketball all the time. Very active. I rode my bike everywhere. My dad rode a bike to work every day. Not because he didn't have a car. It's just that he enjoyed riding a bike. Today, people find that their idea of sports is in this telephone. Is doing
Yep.
doing something with a telephone. So the only thing that actually develops is the thumbs, like in my case, the index finger, but it's not the same. So I think activity is really good. And one of the demonstrators for that is look at how many people got the World Cup.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, people are really into the idea of running around behind a ball. So, exercise, movement, that'll keep you a lot younger for a long, long time. We'll be right back. Alrighty. Man, we are really moving right along. The Space Cruiser is really at warp speed, going full blast. And man, the view from here is absolutely gorgeous. Many people celebrated the 4th of July, and I am sure that the guest of honors was a barbecue with hot dogs and hamburgers, and which is a lot of people take the easy way out of things, that. And I was thinking of it, why do people just stick to the same things over and over and over? And you know what it is? It's number one is practicality. The other thing is probably cost and energy and just the willingness to put a little bit extra. But why not really ramp up things a notch? And the easiest thing for me to think about, actually, was a super tasty barbecue ribs. I mean, you can never go wrong with barbecue ribs. And I have to say that I get kudos for my barbecue ribs. I've brought them up to a really high level. And anyway, it's not complicated. They are cost effective. Now, people get a little bit too deep into the woods with the thing. Should I be doing baby backs or spare ribs or St. Louis ribs or lamb ribs, beef ribs? I mean, for the time being, let's just concentrate on pork ribs because they're very much available. They're not hard to get, and they are absolutely the easiest thing in the world to do. So, I mean, you need to consider just a little bit of a background. So, as to what it is that you're looking for. And some people get a little bit too clinical on the idea of meat to fat ratio and all of that. I mean, listen, there's always a Poindexter out there that wants to know how much fat content is in a barbecue rib. Just eat the bloody thing, okay? Seriously, if you enjoy it, I got to tell you, do exercise later on. I mean, seriously. All these foods are really good once in a while, okay? You don't want to do them every single day because then, things happen. But I would say that barbecue ribs, because they are a little bit leaner and they're more available. If you want to know the difference, okay, beef ribs are a little bit more meatier, but actually they have more fat content than pork ribs. Okay, they take a little bit longer to cook, the whole thing. And lamb, I do lamb chops once in a blue moon, and I enjoy them, but I'm not too crazy about that. Anyway, so cooking methods are very similar. Barbecue is always the best. You can do them in an oven if you want to. I, for one, hate making a mess and heating up the house for anything. So for me, it's barbecue. Okay, I have a nice setup at home. That's it. As far as flavor profiles, you can do a lot more with ribs that are pork than you can with beef. But I mean, they're all. Listen, when you're a carnivore, meat is meat up to a point. If you don't, you not everybody's into lamb, but again, it's there. It's good to eat. Okay, there's nothing that's gonna kill you. The preparation is very, very basic for me. I slather, whether it's pork or beef, I slather them with mustard, let them rest for a while, put salt, pepper, and before getting any complex with condiments, I suggest a good sweet barbecue, something you can buy from the store, something that you like. Little light coat to begin with, nothing heavy. But what really is the main ingredient that makes the feast a winning deal is to cook everything low and slow. Low and slow. That is the best thing advice that I can give anybody is to make sure that whatever you do, monitor it and let the thing take its time. Don't put them in the barbecue at the very last moment when your guests are starting to arrive, because then you're gonna give them really raw stuff that they're gonna hate you for. Start it early, and I'm talking about by low. I'm talking about keep your barbecue like around 225, 250. Put one of those thermometer things in the ribs and monitor them, whether they're beef, whichever one. Find out the best temperatures, usually like at 165, 175 for pork, 145, 155 for beef. Lamb is one that you eat a little bit rawer, but still find out the right temperatures for your taste, and just monitor it. That's it. But have a few beers in the meantime. I mean, do you barbecue?
My parents do. I personally don't barbecue, but my dad does.
I mean, of course, I don't barbecue.
I'm not much of a chef. When it comes to the grill, I'm not that good.
Come on, Sydney.
I'll try it out though. You're giving me a lot of tips right now, so I'll try it. But yeah, I'm not good on the grill.
Shame on you, Sydney. Okay, we'll be right back. Time flies when you're having fun, and now it's come the time to say adieu, or for you earthlings, goodbye, but not yet, because I have one more thing to say. Life is actually something that is very wonderful. We've been given the privilege of enjoying it at our heart's content, but we do need to take care of ourselves. So that's the reason why today's dedication to wellness has been, I think, is a very well-founded situation, because I want you guys around for a long time, because I need an audience, okay? I'm selfish in that regard, okay? You need to take care of yourself so you can tune in to the show of shows, and I'm here for you. So, okay, if you have any suggestions again, if you have any questions, if you want, don't ask me about smoking pot anymore, please. I don't. Okay. Anyway, our email is, it's not showing. Okay.
It'll be on the screen as well on the video.
Okay. So anyway, it's Orly's what was the, I changed the email, so I forgot.
Southern Horizons Media Outlook.com.
There you go. Okay, you can do that.
Easy.
All right. Or there's another one, actually, that's a new one coming up, which is info@southernhorizons.media, too, which is also very, very easy to remember. Okay, with all that in mind, what else can we cover? Next week, I had promised last time that I was going to bring some people from the travel business, and they had a little bit of a hiccup because of approval from their superiors as to, they come over and tell whatever they want to tell. And so, they're coming back next week or the week after that. So with that in mind, I'm also going to be starting, hopefully next week, bringing in live guests for every show, just about, or video. We're going to have a nice cross section of people coming over. And again, there's going to be a lot of growing within the show itself, and we're going to be having live events that you're going to be invited to. There's a lot of plans going on that include you, my audience, to enjoy to the max. And we're going to be giving prizes. We're going to be giving free trips. It's going to be great. You're going to like it. And I hope you keep on joining us. And that's it. So anyway, Sydney, what would you like to say to our people?
Just keep listening. I'm learning a lot from this show, and I'm sure that our listeners are as well. You can contact Southern Horizons Media at Outlook.com with any questions for you. But yeah, I'm liking the show so far, and I'm glad that you have me on. Yeah.
All right. Well, you know what? It started years ago as a lark. I think I talked about it on the last show that this was to be my ego booster only, because it was only like for the people that I dealt with, my customers. I was just sending it to my customers. That's it. And years ago, I found out all of a sudden that people really want to hear something grassrootsy, something that is not complicated, And that's basically what I want to be able to share is easy listening, fun topics, and something that is useful for you to have a great time. So with that in mind, I guess this is it, huh?
This is it.
Well,
great show.
Have a good time. God bless.